Welcome. I'm David Bergman. I'm with the Chamber of Commerce. I'm the chairman, and I'm also with Ontario Real Estate in Los Altos. Welcome to the State of the City's luncheon today. Thank you very much for everybody for coming. What I'd like to do first is announce public officials. So if you would stand, and we'll give you a quick round of applause, and then go on to the next one. First is Tyler Haskell, representing State Senator Joe Simidian. Tyler, are you here? Thank you, Tyler. Next is Jeremy Dennis, representing Assemblymember Rich Gordon. Scott Strickland, Senior Policy Analyst, representing Santa Clara County Supervisor Listnist. Next is Los Altos Hills Mayor Rich Larson. Los Altos Hills Vice Mayor Gary Waldeck. Los Altos Hills Council Member Jean Mordeau. Los Altos Hills Council Member John Radford. Los Altos Hills Council Member Ginger Summit. Los Altos Mayor Val Carpenter. Los Altos Mayor Pro Tem Jarrett Fishpaw. Los Altos Council Member David Cassis. Los Altos Council Member Ron Packard. And Los Altos Council Member Megan Satterley. Other dignitaries we're lucky enough to have with us today is Los Altos Hills City Manager Carl Cahill. Los Altos City Manager Marcia Summers. Los Altos Chief of Police Tuck Eunice. The Sheriff's Department provides police services to Los Altos Hills. Representing the Sheriff's Department is Captain Ken Binder. President of Foothill College, Judy Miner. Mountain View Los Altos High School District Superintendent, the one and only Barry Groves. There he is. Los Altos School District Superintendent, Jeff Bayer. And I'm proud to announce Senator Joe Simidian's 11th Senate District Woman of the Year, Monique Kane. Must be. I'd also like to introduce members of the Chamber Board of Directors. First, Dan Brunello. Steve Fick. Bob Galen. Barry Groves. Alona Lindauer. Scott O'Brien. Sam Pesner. Scott Riches. Only two more, so don't worry. Ex officio board member Deborah Padovan from Los Altos Hills. Ex officio board member Kathy Kleinbaum from Los Altos. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I apologize, and we'll fix it. I'd like to give special thanks to Alabasta. They're a flower shop on State Street, and they've provided the centerpieces, so thank you, Alabasta. Also, Burrell Private Bank and Trust for their generous sponsorship of the event. And before we clap, let's introduce Steve Fick, Barbara Alsh, and Jan Fong, if you'd stand up. So we're going to break for lunch now until about 12:30. 12:30, I'll introduce the mayor of Los Altos Hills, and we'll go from there. So enjoy your lunch. So we're going to start the program. What we're going to do is I'm going to introduce the mayors, one mayor at a time. They're going to come up and speak, and then we'll have a Q&A session after they both speak. So first, I'd like to introduce Mayor Rich Larson, Mayor of Los Altos Hills. Rich was elected to the Los Altos Hills Council in November 2008, and I believe his first term ends this November. So let's give a round of applause for Mayor Rich Larson.
Thanks a lot, David. Still swallowing my lunch here, but very nice to see everybody here and so many friends and colleagues in this important annual event. I want to give two more thanks to augment what David had said earlier. First of all, our hosts at Fremont Hills Country Club, where my family belonged for years, and I personally have swum miles and miles in this beautiful swimming pool out here. Thank you very much. A round of applause to the Fremont Hills Country Club. And you all have met our city manager, Carl Cahill, but we have some equally important people over here in the corner. And so let me introduce them very quickly. Debbie Pedro, who is our planning director. Sarah Galtieri, who's our Parks and Rec coordinator. Everybody met Deborah Padovan already, our city clerk. Richard Chu, our engineering director, and Jake Basfor, so our maintenance superintendent. Thanks very much. And our new man on board, Richard Lee, our finance man. So, okay. So my theme really is to talk about this sense of quality of life in Los Altos Hills, and it is really this staff that helps so much to contribute to the quality of life. So thank you all very much for everything that you guys do. So I do want to talk about again this quality of life idea, and there's several elements that come through when we talk about that. Our community programs, our facilities, our Parks and Rec program, our public safety, and of course our finances. So I'm going to run through many slides until Julie cuts me off, or until I get to the end here. But this image and the next image, this is a burn preserve overlooking Westman Barn, and to me this is really my vision of what quality of life means in Los Altos Hills. This is, I like to say we all live this sort of serene pastoral life every day, but we get to visit it once in a while, and that's good enough. Some of you may also be aware that we have big homes in Los Altos Hills. So this is the Morgan Manor, which is on the National Historic Register. We have several other beautiful homes. This is the Facebook investor who last year bought this home in the lower left for $150 million. It looks a lot like mine. If you look at the lower corner of that picture. So anyway, some gorgeous homes, but actually in our town, the median home price is about $2.6 million. So relative to these homes, that's pretty small. And our median income is $175,000. So it's relatively small compared to what those people are earning, I should point out. So anyway, we have several community events in our town. This is our Pathways Run that we have every year. We just had it last weekend. Does anybody know who came in third in the 50-plus age group? Thank you. In these shoes too. So anyway, but if you look at this picture, I'm the last guy in the row there, and that's where us 50-year-old guys hang out. But anyway, this is a 10K run, it's a 5K run, it's a 1K run. It's, by the way, one of the highest vertical ascents in the country for 10Ks. It's about 1,000 feet, which is, if you've ever run uphill 1,000 feet, it's a run. So, or actually in my case, it's a walk, but we'll move on to the next slide. So community events, we have the Hopping Hounds every year around Easter. The well-heeled dogs of Los Altos Hills come and they get to search for dog biscuits and visit with their owners. So it's quite a fun event, actually. We have our hoedown up at West Wind Barn, and so all sorts of activities for kids, and we bring our own music as well. We have Earth Day also at West Wind Barn, so this is a fantastic event for kids. All sorts of programs that are presented at West Wind Barn, including our Big Cats program. We don't have any of these cats in our area. We'll talk about that in a second, but this is really fascinating for young and old children. We have our town picnic coming up here in June. Last year we had over 2,000 people attend, so this is a fun event for all of us. We have our barn lighting and also our town hall lighting up at West Wind Barn. And then we have community facilities, and I'm proud to say that we've got two lovely public schools, thanks to our public school directors in the back there, Bullis Charter School and Gardner Bullis School, important parts of our community. And then we also have Foothill College, and Judy is here, just a fantastic community, two-year community college program. I think it was in 2006 we all agreed to a property tax increase to help upgrade Foothill College, and I think the results have been fantastic. I'm particularly impressed. I've happened to participate in a couple of programs with Judy recently. We've got so many wonderful facilities there, and I'm particularly impressed with the Krause Center for Innovation, KCI. They've introduced the, yes, absolutely. Hello, Gabe. We've got the STEM program there, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is fantastic. And I'm on the board of directors of the Santa Clara County Cities Association, and one of the things that I've come to discover is that one of the reasons that companies expand outside of Silicon Valley is there's not enough talent in our area. And so what we're trying to do is establish an internship program between Foothill College, and particularly the STEM students, but really all students, and Silicon Valley employers. And the more we can do that, I think it's good for the students, it's good for Silicon Valley. So thank you for your help on that, Judy. We have many community facilities. This is the recently renovated, in 2009, Purisima Park, beautiful ball fields, and who wouldn't like that in their backyard? Nice picnic areas, and a basketball court for those that aren't baseball players. But this is where Los Altos Hills and Los Altos kids get to play Little League, and I can tell you that see that guy throwing the ball? That was me about 10 years ago. So until the kids started getting big enough to hit me back. So right next to the ball field, we have the equestrian facilities. This is our town riding ring, which is fantastic. As long as you don't take a radio-powered car in there, you're doing great. So. One of our favorite controversies in our town. And then in terms of community facilities, we have West Wind Barn. All of our town facilities have been seismically retrofitted, which is good. We are ready for any sort of an earthquake disaster. But this barn in particular, if we have an earthquake in this area, run to the barn. There's so much steel in this building, it isn't going anywhere. So, and this last year with Debbie Pedro's help, it was recently LEED certified. So it's, I believe, the largest and possibly only barn that's been LEED certified in the country. But we've got several equestrian facilities there. This is our riding camp. We've got a year-round riding program as well, which is fantastic for kids. We have a trainer, Crystal, who takes kids out for horse shows every year, and they come back with this unbelievable number of ribbons. I don't understand it, but good for them. We have our 4-H program. This is for handicapped kids to gain self-confidence by riding, which is a fantastic program. And then we've got all sorts of community facilities. We've got 90 miles, more than 90 miles of world-class trail facilities. And you're looking in the upper left at our Tafe Road pathway, which is a gorgeous pathway, and then the El Monte pathway, which rings Foothill College. Both fantastic, but again, this is for running, it's for equestrians, it's a fantastic system. In terms of community activities, we have more than 24 activities for kids of all ages. There's about a dozen of them specifically for adults, but we have an activity guide that comes out twice a year and describes a multitude of programs. We've got a very active youth commission. Our kids, our teenage kids are very active in that. And it's helped by the Los Altos Hills family down in the lower picture. They do things like the Easter egg hunts. They do the town hall lighting every year and several other family activities. They're really connecting all the kids throughout Los Altos Hills who attend like 9 different schools and trying to connect them, around the Los Altos Hills activities has been a real benefit to our town. We do a lot in the public safety area, in particular our CERT program, Community Emergency Response Team. We've got almost 200 participants now, and this is really all about neighbors helping neighbors. It's if we have a catastrophe like a wildfire or an earthquake or something like that, it's check your family, check your neighborhood, and then check in. And it's about supporting those parts of the community that really need help. So we've got, as I said, 187 CERT members. We've got about 22 ham operators in our Emergency Communications Committee. So we believe we're well equipped to respond to a disastrous event. Some of you saw in the town crier we had some crime reports fairly recently. So we had yours truly, Captain Ken Binder, come in and lead a crime prevention forum. He and his team, packed house. You get a couple of articles in the town crier about crime, and you get a lot of people showing up for a crime prevention forum. So we appreciate the support from the sheriff on that. We also, since we kind of live on the edge of open space, we get visitors from wildlife once in a while, and they're okay if they're beneath your knee. But when you start getting mountain lions in your neighborhood, you get a lot more interest. So we had a mountain lion forum and how to deal with them, and that also brought in a packed house. So this is one recent neighborhood visit that was by a docile cat, but makes you sit up and pay attention. Other areas in the public safety arena, we recently, in fact last Thursday, approved the Arrastadero Trail Improvement Program. This is partially funded by Stanford, and it was really to make the trail going to Arrastadero Road safer. It's wider. You can put bikes on it. There are bike lanes both ways. A nice riding path and so forth. Very challenging design, but our engineering department indeed came up with a very solid 1 mile path improvement program. And if there's any bike riders in the room that have ever gone down Page Mill Road through the 280 intersection, those of you that have done that know what I mean. It's just not a good place to be. This is a great trail to circumvent that traffic problem. We also have the Fremont Road Safe Routes to School program, and this is a 1.7 mile program funded in part by the BTA. And it basically is an off-road pathway that lets kids ride to and from school. By the time it is finally connected all the way from Almonte Road to Arrastadero, we'll be able to connect kids to 5 different schools in the area, which we think is great. In terms of finances, you have to address that. Of course, our revenues exceed expenses. Is that enough for that? And one of the things we've done recently is we've paid off our town hall loan. We did that this last year. We did a $1.4 million payoff, which we think was the right move at the time in terms of saving on interest rates, and frankly, the returns on other investments just weren't there. And I'm pleased to say that our property tax projections and our building permit projections are exceeding our budget. So everything's looking up. Everything's looking rosy. That's a good thing. So thank you, Richard, for your help on that. One of the things that this luncheon celebrates is the things we do together as a community, and we do indeed have a community here. So there's been several things. I just have some examples here, but we had town committee joint participation on the Lehigh Quarry situation, understanding what the issues are, how to address them, and so forth. And that's an ongoing thing. But Gary and Ron and David all helped put that together. We've got our Joint Community Volunteer Service Awards. This is an annual event that many of you attend. We have a senior committee that in March qualified our community for an age-friendly city by the World Health Organization. So that was a real win for us. And then we share a lot of resources. Our town crier, of course, is one of the pillars of our community. We're so happy to have them. The Los Altos Patch has also been making themselves known recently. In 2009, I may get the date wrong. In 2009, we all agreed to a property tax increase to help fund our library as well. And you know, if you look at Los Altos Hills, again, it's a quality of life thing for me and for my family. It's a beautiful place to live. We have the 90 miles of bike and pathways. We've got 180 some acres of open space. We've got Westwind Barn. We've got Prisma Park and so forth. So we have so many wonderful facilities to deal with. But we also have this sense of shared responsibility for our downtown area. And this is, of course, in Los Altos proper. But this is where my wife and I go every Saturday and Sunday for lunch. We go there on First Fridays. We go, you know, we do a lot of our shopping here. We do a lot of our shopping in Loyola Corners as well, which is another part of the downtown community. But this is something that I think we want to think together on about how do we increase traffic into downtown? How do we support the downtown merchants? And the fact that it is such a pleasant place to go and there are so many things to do, I think it just makes a lot of sense for us to continue to work there. So that's my talk. David, I'm going to give it back to you, and thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Next, I'd like to introduce Val Carpenter, Mayor of Los Altos. Val was elected to her first term in 2005. She was re-elected to a second term in 2010, and her second term ends in November 2014. Please welcome Val Carpenter.
Thank you, David. I'd like to start by thanking the Chamber of Commerce for putting on this annual event. It's just wonderful to be here again. I had the pleasure of speaking to you all in 2008 when I was mayor the first time, and I'm glad to be back here this time as well. I need my cheaters to read my notes here, so forgive me. I'd like to start by introducing, we've introduced the council. David was kind enough to introduce the council and our city manager, and our chief of police. But we have several other members of our outstanding staff here, so if you'd stand when I call your name, I'd appreciate it. Dave Breeze, Jim Gustafson, Kathy Kleinbaum, Jay Logan, Russ Moriali, and of course Marcia and Tuck are there. So Marcia Summers, stand again, and Tuck Eunice, our chief of police. And they do a terrific job of running the city of Los Altos for us. So thank you. Thank you all for being here. It's my pleasure to be here to showcase the city of Los Altos. I have I feel like I have only 8 or 10 slides because the time frame was supposed to be 8 minutes, so I'll see if I can get through that. So I want to introduce a few more people before I go into that. First, my biggest supporters who are here today are the first dude of Los Altos, Rich Carpenter. And the first daughter, Danielle Burkhardt. There are also, I think, several former mayors of Los Altos who are here in the room, so if you'd stand, I think I saw the Laves, Roy and Penny Lave, if you could stand up, and where are you? I know they were here. Come on, you guys, or at least Roy. Yeah. And did I miss anyone else? Is there any other former mayor of Los Altos who's here? I just want to recognize them for their community service as well. All right, so I have, like I said, a brief presentation here to talk about what's new and exciting in the city of Los Altos. We have a lot of things going on right now. So let me start with, so where do I point it there? Yeah. So first of all, we are celebrating our 60th anniversary of incorporation this year. We were incorporated in on December 1st, 1952. So this will be our 60th coming up in December. And we've been organizing events all year long and tying into existing events. You can go see all those events at losaltos60.org. I have a wonderful committee, a number of whom are here, that is helping me and co-chair Jared Fishpaw, our mayor pro tem, organize all these events. There's our logo. Some of us are wearing the pins. I'll show the pin here. That's part of the committee here. So Julie Rose, and who else is here from the group? Penny Lave, obviously, and Jarrett. And I think I saw Laura Bajuk from the museum is here, I believe. And many other, we have about 20-some people. And we kicked off the year last year. We've been working together as a committee for about a year, and we kicked off a meeting every month. And we kicked off the committee with the New Year's Day Fun Run on New Year's Day of this year. And we'll be ending with a gala dinner on December 1st, which is a Saturday, 2012. So you'll be hearing more about that, so you can buy your tickets soon, I think. This way. Secondly, we had the biggest thing I think that's happened in the past year in the city of Los Altos is our city manager transition. We bid a fond farewell to Doug Schmitz, who was our city manager for nearly 5 years, who retired on March 31st of this year, and really everything Doug touched is beautiful. He truly transformed the city of Los Altos in the time that he was our city manager. And then, out with the old, in with the new, we welcomed our new city manager, Barsha Summers, who was introduced a little while ago, and she just started April 2nd, so this is her 6th or 7th week, so she's off to a good start, but please be kind. You know, it's a lot going on, and she's got a lot of catching up to do with what we're doing here. So, okay. As Mayor Larson said about Los Altos Hills, I'm pleased to be able to tell you that we continue to be a very financially sound city, unlike many other cities in the state of California. We continue to have a balanced budget. We have not made any cuts in services or staff. We do have some frozen positions, but we have not had to lay anybody off. We continue to make increases to our reserves. Our reserves are now up to over 18% of our annual operating expenses. We keep adding that, and we're ahead of actually our goal on that. We've made millions of dollars worth of investments in infrastructure. I'm going to show you a number of pictures of that shortly. And we've put in place a two-tier retirement plan for our city employees. Again, a very good structural change that was negotiated thanks to our excellent city staff, primarily Jay Logan, to make sure that we continue to have a strong financial situation and not be consumed, as so many other jurisdictions are, with retirement benefit issues. So. Great job. Thank you so much. Russ Moriali, our Director of Finance, keeps us on the up and up. And it's been a lot of attention for a lot of years from City Councils, current and past, to keep us solvent. Okay. Again, I spoke about investments in infrastructure. I'm just highlighting a few of the projects here. We refurbished and improved Rosita Park. I think we spent several $1 million doing that, and we had the grand opening last October. There you can see some of us there. And we've also invested in redoing the intersections at downtown on Main and State, intersecting with 2nd and 3rd. And we've also done part of 1st Street from State Street to Main Street, and there's more to come. So we've put, again, millions and millions of dollars into this, with the idea that we will attract, first Rosita Park, of course, is for our residents, but also the idea of investing in downtown is to attract new businesses, support the existing businesses and attract new businesses by saying we care about our downtown, we're investing in our downtown, and I think it's working, and here's why. Okay, we are seeing a renaissance in downtown Los Altos. We have a number of new construction projects that are underway. The new Packard Foundation office is this building here. It's almost complete. The grand opening is the end of June. It is a beautiful building and will serve as, I really believe, as a landmark that will win awards and really put Los Altos on the map in the way that the Packard Foundation itself has. We're very fortunate to have them in town. We also have a new mixed-use building that's nearing completion on 3rd Street, 243rd Street, which is the one next door to the Packard Foundation building. And we also have some condominiums going up on 1st Street on the old Adobe Animal Hospital site. So those are in construction now and should be completed this year. We also have a number of new projects that have been approved that we hope will start soon. A brand new Safeway, which I am totally excited about. It is twice the size. It's on the current site, but it is twice the size of the current Safeway, brand new, and it includes 129 public parking places underneath the building on grade, and the store is actually above. And again, it's in the same location. What you're looking at here is going into the parking lot. It aligns with First and going into the parking lot from State Street. We also have approved a hotel, an 18-room boutique hotel at the corner of San Antonio and Main. It's a little hard to see here, but it's the French Provincial building right there where the old Shell station, for some of you who've been here as long as I have or longer, it's the old Shell station at that little triangle going into downtown. That's now dirt. That's the hotel. And then we have a large condominium project on First Street, the old post office site that's down here. You can see the existing building on the corner of West Edith and First, and behind it the new condominium development. Not yet broken ground on any of these, but we're looking forward to that happening soon. We've also welcomed a number of new businesses. I was walking through downtown this morning, and we really have very few vacancies. It's very different from a year or two ago when there was much concern over the number of vacancies we had downtown, although I don't think we ever really exceeded 6 to 7%. We're spoiled by not having any vacancies, and so we have high standards for that. But here's all the new businesses that I can think of in the past year that have opened. 2 restaurants, Bumble Cafe and Lulu's, 3 women's clothing retailers, Apricot Lane, Gemma, and Kula Suite, the Nature Gallery, Spectrum Interior Design, the Box Corporate Headquarters, which is out on El Camino, Paper Whirl on First Street, and yet to come, our Village Stationers, also downtown, Dittmer's out on El Camino, and more. From what I can see, I see that there's some sort of arcade evidently going into the old Peggy's Health store. I don't know much about it yet, but my kids are pretty excited about that. And also, there looks to be a brew pub that I walked by this morning going in on State Street. So again, the younger generation, I think, are very excited about this. Was it Fault Line? I saw posters for Fault Line. So again, I don't know much about these. These are breaking news, but pretty exciting. So, and these are all the ribbon cuttings the City of Los Altos has done this year so far that I've been a part of. I know there have been others that our capable Mayor Pro Tem has done as well. So lots of exciting, I think that our changes in zoning over the past few years that were led first by Councilmember Ron Packard and then later by myself are having an impact on driving this new development in the north and south triangle parts of downtown while preserving the cherished appeal of the downtown core that is the reason I moved to Los Altos over 20 years ago. So we're looking forward to more openings as well. Okay. And no, that's the last slide. All right, I'll go one more slide, and that was supposed to be the end, but that's probably the most important thing that's happened for me personally. Danielle and Eric were married on November 20th this year. And I became mayor on November 22nd, and Thanksgiving was November 24th. So it was a big week for me. But let me go back for one more sort of planning document slide. There we go. So we also have done a lot of planning besides a lot of construction building on plans that we've made in the past. We have now approved a 20 to 30-year long-term parks plan for all of our city parks. We've approved a bicycle transportation plan update. And we were designated this year as a bicycle-friendly city, so that's, again, a step forward for bicyclists in the city of Los Altos. We've approved a Collector Street traffic master plan, traffic calming master plan. And as Mayor Larson mentioned, we've been accepted as one of, I think, the first 2 cities in the state of California as an age-friendly city in the World Health Organization Global Network. So we've done some planning. We've done some construction, more to come. I'm glad that the current work on First Street is completed. We will, I expect there will be more work done in conjunction with all of the construction projects, the private construction projects, both on the other half of First Street from State to West Edith as the Safeway project gets going, and also on San Antonio Road along where the Packard Foundation building is. So we have more to come, but I think in the end, it really is driving a lot of the vitality that we want to see in the Renaissance we're seeing downtown. So again, I will leave it with that. Oops, see, nope, too far. No more pictures of the bride, sorry. And thank you very much for your attention. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'll give this back to David Bergman.
Mayor Larson, would you come up here also? Each of you are supposed to be 8 minutes, so we don't get any questions today. But feel free to approach him afterwards if you have any questions. And thank you very much. Can we give a round of applause to the mayor? Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, you can sit down. Just for a minute. We'll have you up in a minute. Next, what I'd like to do is introduce Dennis Young. Dennis Young is the second Walter and Marie Singer Award recipient back in 1994, and he's going to present the Walter Singer Award. Dennis.
Thank you, David. Make sure my props are here. I only have 7 pages, so the mayor's went a little long, but we still hope to have you out of here by 2:30. So hang in there. As David said, my name's Dennis Young, and I'm here to introduce the 2012 recipient of the Walter and Marie Singer Business Leader of the Year Award. The tradition has actually been that the prior year's recipient would introduce this year's award. So next time you go to Chef Chu's, give Larry Jr. a hard time about scheduling a vacation in Cabo this week. So he's down in Cabo, and we're here, listening to speeches. But when we found out Larry was going to be out of town, as the senior person on the selection committee, which means I got the award the longest time ago, not that I'm the oldest, I asked for the honor to introduce Cameron in that she's a fellow accountant. Cameron Knight Desmond is the 20th recipient of this award. Walter Singer died in 1992, 20 years ago. We started the award in 1993. I was actually feeling some nostalgia the other day when I saw that we're getting a stationery store on Main Street. Walter and Marie Singer had Los Altos Stationers for who knows how many decades. My kids are in their 40s and they worked there in high school, so they were there a long time. The Singer Award is selected by the prior recipients based on several criteria that exemplify the spirit of Walter and Marie Singer. Among them are history of volunteerism in our business community, support of the Chamber of Commerce, but not a current board member or officer, and a person of high integrity and ethics. I was going to say Cameron is all of these, and her family goes, oops. But before I tell you more about her, and I do have more, right, Tony? We have more. Let me acknowledge the other recipients that are here. You can tell them, except for Roy Lave, who actually brought his real bow tie, they have the bow tie pin in their lapel, which signifies the award. Walter Singer always wore a bow tie, and so that was what we picked as kind of the symbol. Actually, I think, Penny, you picked it as the symbol of the award. And Walter always wore a bow tie, as I say, except when he was Santa Claus in the Festival of Lights Parade. So let me mention who they are. Me, 1994. Roy Lave in 1998. Mary Prochnow, raise your hand. They're going to hold their applause if there is any. In 2000. Sam Harding over here in 2006. Actually, we got them lined up. Steve Shepard in 2007. Ron Labitich in 2008. And Steve Anderson back there in 2009. So those are the recipients that are here today. So. And on the back of your program are the list of all the recipients. Cameron was born in El Camino Hospital. She told me I could say the year 1955. Her family lived in Mountain View, but 3 years later they moved to Los Altos. She's been a resident of Los Altos ever since. She's the only daughter among 6 children, 5 brothers. But I understand she was more than a match for those 5 brothers. She graduated from Los Altos High School in 1973, and at that time went to work in her family accounting business, then known as Alto Associates. In 1982, she and Tony Desmond married, and, you ready? Today is their 30th wedding anniversary. Happy, happy anniversary. I hope you're going out to dinner or something. Oh, good, good. Okay. Nice celebration. Congratulations. They've raised 3 daughters, as we said, here in Los Altos. Apparently 5 brothers were enough because they had girls. You know, family's always been important to Cameron, and her whole family, she's brought them volunteering at many, many events over the years. She's been involved in a lot of activities over the years. An avid swimmer, she's been a force behind Splash, the Los Altos Community Pool Foundation, which is striving to bring a community pool to our town, to Los Altos. She joined the Chamber of Commerce Board in 2003, became treasurer in 2004, and was chair in 2008. She currently chairs the Financial Oversight Committee, who I understand affectionately call themselves the Fockers. Yeah. She's a fantastic volunteer. Everybody I talked to said, you want her to volunteer. She gets her hands dirty. She leads by example. She doesn't just say, oh, somebody do that. She says, let me do that. She goes out and she does it. A very Walter and Marie trait, and something that we noted when we talked about this year's recipient. Currently, besides her day job as a partner in Knight & Company CPAs, with her oldest brother and her nephew, who's his oldest son, besides the Financial Oversight Committee, she chairs the Fall Festival for the Chamber of Commerce, which she's done since 2009. She's on the board of Los Altos Village Association, and she continues her work with the Los Altos Community Pool Foundation. A long-time, very active community volunteer, a long-time supporter of the Chamber of Commerce, and a person of great integrity and community spirit. Please join me in congratulating the 2012 recipient of the Walter and Marie Singer Business Leader of the Year, Cameron Knight Desmond. Tony, could you come up here a minute? This is her bow tie pin. I'm not going to pin it on. I'm going to let Tony pin it on her. While he's doing that, this is the first of that whole table full, but we're not going to read them all. The Walter and Marie Singer Business Volunteer Award to Cameron Knight Desmond, Los Altos Business Leader of the Year. So this is, oh, he's still pinning. Oh, this is for you. You may say a few words.
Wow. Okay, thank you. No, I want to take a few moments. I am shocked and honored and humbled that I was given this award. The people that are on this list are people that I have strived to be like, and apparently I've been successful. And when, as this guy here, Dennis, said, Walter and Marie Singer had a stationery store here in town, and being that I worked with my parents, and at that time Alto Associates was pretty much mom, dad, and myself, if something was needed, I always volunteered to go to the stationery store because it was so much more fun to go shopping than to work. And I remember dealing with Walter, or interfacing with Walter and Maria, and Walter told me at one time, you need to get involved. You need to be part of the Chamber of Commerce. And I looked at him and I said, no, I don't think so. And my oldest brother, Kirk, when he came into the practice, he told me the same thing. And I pretty much had the same response. I felt I had my home, my children, that to take care of. And although we don't have a community pool in Los Altos, that is primarily the reason why I started to be involved. I realized that the community was an important thing. And to have things in your community, you need to be part of your community. So that launched me into being involved with the Chamber. And also when I listened earlier to all the people that were introduced, that we all clapped for, I realized that all those people, even Joe Smitty, had become part of my life and part of my circle, part of my community. And I want to thank all those people. I also really want to thank my family. You know, they say that behind every great man is a woman. Well, behind this woman, I have not only my husband, but my family. And I thank you very much, and my business partners. Thank you.
Don't. Come. Over here. Now, we're not, because we do want to get you out of here, the representatives of our various political people, Smitty, Liz Niss, I can't remember them all. I know I voted for him, but I'm not, yeah. Yes, I vote, whoever it is, I vote. No, they've got, yeah, the mayors also have, I hope you have an ego wall, because we just filled it.
Tony, we need to build one.
I put that on the to-do list, there we go. So, go ahead. Can't read it.
Yeah.
Can't read it. This is from Los Altos Hills as a proclamation. Cameron, congratulations.
On behalf of Assemblyman Gordon, who could not be here today, I just want to present this to you. Congratulations.
A certificate of recognition from Senator Joe Smitty. Congrats.
Congratulations from Supervisor Liz Niss, and you have ours already.
Cameron, you've always been one of my favorite people since I met you. Well-deserved award. This is a certificate. It's a proclamation of the mayor from the city of Los Altos on behalf of the Los Altos City Council. Congratulations.
David, do you get to dismiss them, or do I? Oh, you guys got to stay here for a picture.
Stay right there. I have to say congratulations, Cameron. It's you're a role model for everybody, and thank you for everything you do. Just closing comments. This was videotaped today. It's going to be cablecast on KMVT channel 15. We'll probably send an email out probably in June with the date and time that it'll be aired. Okay, so here's where you have to be really honest. So the centerpieces donated by Alabasta, the flower shop on State Street, somebody gets to take it home from every table. So wait a second. But you probably won, because it's supposed to be the youngest person at the table. So I'm not sure who wins at my table, but we'll check IDs. So please, the youngest person, please take it with you today. That's right. Yeah, check IDs. We can check. All right, next, thank you to Fremont Hills Country Club, and especially John Madiri and his staff. That was a great lunch, great food, and let's give thank you. Almost there. Congratulations to Cameron again, and thanks to all, especially the mayors and the representatives from the different political, how did you say it? Political offices. Thank you especially to Burrell Bank. That was a great meal and a very nice event. Thank you for sponsoring the event, Burrell. So tonight, if you want to have a great time, Maltby's this evening, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Relay for Life. You can come there. There's going to be celebrity bartenders. I don't know why they call me a celebrity, but I'm going to be doing it with Julie from 5 to 6. From 6 to 7, it'll be Barry Groves, Gene and Duncan McVicker. And then 7 to 8, it'll be Karen and Tom Smith. So please come by. I hear Julie pours a great drink. So thank you very much. Thank you for coming today, and have a great afternoon.